Morning. So, as I was speaking yesterday about drones and how we could use drones and x rays to identify, it appears that ferrous materials are very reactive on a spectrum scale. And then by sweeping an area with an x ray, you can use a drone to actively initiate a spectrum array analysis in order to identify any type of ferrous metal that is of a composite that would be of a manufacturing agreement or level. It requires a certain type of metal to be able to house a bullet or to fire a bullet or to run an engine, and that's a refined iron, a ferrous material. Not to say that you couldn't have a gun that's made out of ceramic. It's just not what the terrorists are going to have or what insurgents are going to have. With this new drone system, you could run one main drone, all right, and then you could run 100 other drones with it, and you could leave it dormant and just sitting there, and you run it basically by solar panels on top, so it's sitting there, and then when anything comes near it, then it becomes active. And when it becomes active, it shoots the center out about 500 to 1,000 feet into the air immediately, does a quick array scan to it, and then launches the other drones at anything that has ferrous metal to it, thus taking it out. It's more of a system designed like a landmine system without the ability to be triggered against flesh. So while it will protect itself, it will make itself so that it is unable to be hit. You can only throw a rock so far. You could sling a rock maybe 200, 300 feet, maybe even take out a drone. But what is the drone itself? If you can't initiate it by having the magnet hit the iron to create the reaction for the ferrous material to interact with the mag-phos, if the mag-phos itself doesn't go off, then you don't have the heat source, and it's not a bomb. It's not designed to blow something up. It's just designed to initiate an impact of extreme heat and then fuse the metal, because an extreme heat of mag-phosphorus can fuse metal in such a way that it would fry engines, it would fry guns and fry tanks and fry everything. You get it hot enough, you could put it on the barrel of a tank. You send 100 of these things to a tank and you freeze a turret. You freeze a turret. I mean, if they can't move their turret, they can't move their track, they can't move their wheels, they can't move. If they can't move, then they can't fire. You just come alongside of it and take it out. And these types of systems are very inexpensive, because what are we talking about here? We're talking about a drone that has a Wi-Fi based system to a central unit that's scanning. So the central unit's got to be able to send out x-rays, and the x-rays have to be able to have a ping signature to identify when it has its own wavelength form that's recognized. I believe it's 3.8, in order to identify what is the ferrous metal, and then it needs a signal to the other drones to attack that. And then once it's been attacked, obviously, we need to have something within the ferrous metal compound residue that shows us that that area has been hit. So something within the mag-phos that creates a kind of like a bubble around it, so that way when the x-rays hit it, it doesn't show us that it's a ferrous material any longer. It creates more of a cloud around it, so we don't resend drones at it. But with a system like this, you could effectively go at somebody who's firmly entrenched and then just come right in, take out their front door, and then send the drones into the house. Everything that's metal just gets melted. Just melt it all. The biggest problem with warfare these days is that the people that want to commit warfare aren't the countries that are actually working to do something for the people. You don't see China out there committing warfare in Pakistan. You don't see Russia doing that. You don't see a lot of countries doing that, but you do see a lot of people backing insurgencies and insurgent groups, and then giving them weapons and helping this along and helping it along to make money and profiteer on it. This is an effective way to remove that profiteering off of it. Nobody wants to see a swarm of drones coming at them and know that they're carrying a gun, especially when the drone gets to, 4,500 degrees. Safer, better technology.